What's up, YouTube? For today's video, we make full spaghetti Pokemon team. So I was shifting through the comments the other day and I found this pretty cool team. A lot of you people obviously wanted to see it too. It was a team based around spaghetti, really. So it had like all the ingredients. I thought it was a pretty funny team. Now, today's question, what is your favorite food? Leave below in the comment section of the video. None of you guys better put pickles or we are gonna have a big problem. Before we get into the battles, I have a quick little announcement. We have a channel sponsor, Raid Shadow Legends. If you like mobile gaming, this game is free to download on iOS and Android, and it's got like 10 million downloads, so it's very popular. This mobile game is a turn-based RPG, including a really cool campaign with the story, a voice acting, some sweet 3D graphics, some boss fights, and much more. This game contains a vast majority of champions you can use, upgrades to collect and attach to your champions. My favorite would probably be the Crusader. I like its medieval look. If you like daily login bonuses, there is a new awesome rewards program for new players. You get a new daily login reward for the first 90 days in the game, which is super cool. You can check this game out by clicking the link in the description and you'll get 50,000 silver and a free epic champion as part of the new player program. Go give it a try if you like your mobile gaming. Thank you for the sponsor, Raid Shadow Legends. Alright people, let's get into these battles. Today I've got two battles and they're actually super long, exactly like something else. Now this is a battle on my Discord. If you do want to come and battle me and other people on my Discord, links in the description. This was against Kirby Derby. I almost said Kirby Dirty them. That would have been dirty. So we got a Jolteon leader, a physical Jolteon lead, which is going to pin missile my garlic. Now, that only hits me twice, which is good. And coming from Jolteon's absolutely terrible attack, it's going to be pretty good against Bulbasaur. So Bulbasaur is going to go for the power whip. It's actually going to miss, which is really unfortunate. Now, we are running a very bulky offensive Bulbasaur. We got max health, max attack, adamant nature. We got power whip, knockoff, double edge, and facade item as the choice band. If we can get that overgrow ability to kick in and fire off a power whip, it does a lot of damage. So we're going to hit 5 times there with the pin missile. I'm not really sure what this item is. I'm thinking it might be King's Rock or something scummy like that. Power whip misses 2 times in a row. I can't take it anymore. I've got to land this power whip, boys and girls. I'm going to get hit 2 times again. So it's like 2, 5, then 2. Finally, the power whip actually lands on the Jolteon, and Jolteon gets wrecked. So that was a super close start there. Almost lost my Bulbasaur. This was like MVP of my team, guys. This was like the damage outputter. So we got Vince coming in here. Now, Vince pretty much can destroy my entire team because if you notice at the screenshot at the start, right, all of my Pokemon are pretty much grass up. So I was like, oh, I gotta get around this. Now, the only Pokemon I can swap in is my Meatball, so that is gonna be the go-to Pokemon with all these fire types going around. So we've got a choice spec set here. Let's go what this brilliant set was. So we got max health, max special attack, we got earth power, fire blast, focus miss, and I whacked on explosion there in case someone like expected a meme special attacking set, which, you know, there's a lot of them do. And we're gonna finish off the Typhlosion there with the earth power. So that's good getting that Pokemon. I'm just looking at my team, like Bulbasaur, Oddish, Celebi, Tangrowth. Like, there's 4 Pokemon that could have got wrecked by that. Alright, so we got the Goodra coming in here, which is not too good for me. So I got to swap out expecting some kind of like water type move. So I better swap into a fire type. And now it's going to go for a power whip. And that does pretty bad damage to my Slugma here. Now, Slugma is pretty good for sauce, right? Because, man, can you imagine eating lava sauce? It'd be like, I guess it'd be like chili sauce. Whatever the hottest chili is, and then put it into some sort of sauce that's like the temperature of the sun. Anyway, so we're going to pop that Toxic on Goodra. This Slugma set was actually pretty bad, but it was quite fun to use. So we got Infestation, Toxic, Acid Armor, and Pain Spit. So now we got the Goodra there going for the scummy water. I was max health, max special defense. I actually tanked that muddy water pretty good there, and it's going to drop my That's actually not too bad because I've got stuff like Pain Split and Acid Armor, so I don't really need actually for them. And I've already got off my Toxic already. So getting a little bit of health back from the Power Whip then. The Pain Split, Goodra's going to go for a Z move here. Now this is Dragonium Z. I'm guessing it's either Outrage or it's Draco Meteor. I was sort of hoping for Draco Meteor because, as I said, this is more of a special Slugma set. And I can tank that a lot better than like a Z Outrage. So we've got the Devastating Drake here. Goodra's going to fire a Dragon out Gravitas, and that's going to fire out my little Slugma. Now, as I said, Slugma's an Everlight set. It's very bulky, and it was actually able to withstand that Z move on 5 health, which is absolutely amazing, getting off another Pain Split, and the Goodra is going to take some more damage from the Pain Split, and the next turn, it's definitely going to go down. So I can either go for an Infestation here, or we're both just going to get KO'd if it takes me out this time. Draco Meteor's going to miss the Solidus Real, people, and Slugma takes Goodra out with a Disrespect Infestation that actually doesn't even take it out. The poison's going to. Alright, so Goodra's down, which is good, and we got 3 Pokemon down. Slugma, MVP of my life right now. Now, the next Pokemon we got out is the Sholdy, which is the Umbreon. Now, I can't do anything to Umbreon apart from going to Toxic. It's going to go for a physical set. It's a bite set, and I'm going to live on 3 health, getting off that Toxic against the Umbreon, which is pretty good there. And the Synchronized Right is going to kick in against me, but it doesn't really matter. I just wanted to get a poison on Umbreon. Like, whenever you see an Umbreon Right, you think, all right, I'm just going to poison that Pokemon right away because it's going to, like, stall and stall and stall. I'm not sure if they had a stalling set. I just wanted to put one on anyway. Sort of like, you know, it's sort of like as soon as you see this Pokemon, do this straight away to it. So Slugma is down. I've still got my Meatballs left, which is a good thing. And I've got three more other Pokemon. So swapping on my Meatball here, I was thinking, should I go for the Focus Miss or predict the swap? We got the Toxic coming from the Umbreon there, so it's got Bite and Toxic. I was thinking, okay, if it got Toxic, it's probably going to have, you know, Wish or Moonlight, something like that. I decided to explode my balls all over the Umbreon, and that was a bad move, people, because Focus Miss, I reckon it probably would have done maybe a little bit more, and if they did swap, I mean, it would have done all right against one of the other Pokemon. However, Umbreon's not looking too crushed at the moment. I can finish it off. It's only got a little bit of life left. So swapping into the herbs here, when you make a good spaghetti, people, you need to sprinkle those herbs over it. I mean, what we could have used spice. I wonder what we could have used as spices. I'm not sure. What Pokemon could we, you know, when you make a bolognese, right? I'm no cook or anything, but wouldn't you need to put some sort of spices? I'm trying to think of a Pokemon that would be good for spices. Anyway, so maybe I should have taught Oddish like Stun Spore, like sprinkling spices. Anyway, so we got a last resort Umbreon there, which is OP. That does heaps of damage to me. It's about a 500 hit KO. Go for the Giga Drain there, doing some solid damage to Umbreon when you think about how good its special defense is. And all the investment in EVs on the Oddish was purely defensive. So max health, max defense. Let's go over this Oddish set too. We have got Strength Sap, which I really like that move. It's super cool. Toxic Giga Drain and Sludge Bomb. We got the Everlight as the item and Chlorophyll as the ability. So we are having another last resort fired off at us. As I said, it's about a 500 hit KO. I mean a 5 hit KO. And we're going to do some more leftovers. Giga Drain recovery, not leftovers recovery. And the Umbreon is going to go down. So that's pretty good getting rid of Umbreon. My Oddish withstood it. We got 2 other Pokemon left, and I've got my Oddish, which is probably not going to live the next attack. And we got a very big problem Pokemon here, people. Glaceon. Like, look at my team, right? So Bulbasaur's weak to it, Oddish is weak to it, Golem's weak to it, Celebi's weak to it, and so is Tangrowth. Like, that's 5 Pokemon. All right, this thing's going to set up the Hail right, and I've got to go for the Toxic. That's, like, basically, like, rule 1 there. I was actually really, like, glad I could actually get the Toxic off. So after I've seen the Hail, I'm thinking, okay, it's going to be a Scum set with, like, you know, Scum Cloak, it's going to have Ice Body, or it's just going to fire like 3 Blizzards off in a row and end my entire career. That's what my thought process was. Anyway, so we got the Glaceon go for the Ice Beam, and it's going to hit Oddish right in the face, and poor Herbs, those Herbs, people, they're not going to dry up, they're going to freeze up. We got 2 more Pokemon left of these. Sasha's going to get its Ice Body back, so that was the ability it was using, instead of like running a scummy like Bright Powder set. And the next Pokemon to swap in is the Spaghetti. So my Tangrowth was a max health, max special defense set. I was hoping I could live like, you know, super badly and get some kind of attack off it. And I live on 9 health, which is absolutely amazing. And getting a Giga Drain off on the Glaceon was very important there, right? Because that's enough like damage for me to, you know, obviously survive another turn, and the Hail's not going to take me out. Plus the Toxic damage is racking up rather nicely. Now, I've got 1 more Pokemon left after this. I know my Tangrowth won't be able to live the next attack, but my last Pokemon is sort of like the key to, you know, trying to get me back into this game. So the Tangrowth set, that's got Ingrain, Bind, Giga Drain, Leech Seed, Regenerator, and Leftovers. This thing is absolutely like healing beast. The only problem is it's not super great on the special side when it comes up against like Ice Pokemon, like yours truly, Glaceon, or like Fire-type Pokemon, special use. Alright, so the Glaceon's going to get some more Ice Body and some more Leftovers. Man, seriously, if that didn't have Ice Body and Leftovers, I think it would have almost been like fainted by now. Alright, so the Toxic racking up up beautifully there. I'm going to bring in my Celebi and finish this off. So I thought Celebi fitted well in for Onion, and we got, you've got to put onions in your bolognese, right? You know what I mean? I don't know, is there any Italian people out there? Tell me your Italian meatball spaghetti recipe. You guys know how it is. Alright, so we're going to take that Glaceon. We're running a physical Celebi set. We got Seed Bomb, Zen Headbutt, Sword Dance, Adam of Nature, and Aerial Ace with Fly Enium Z. Alright, so we got Tuna coming out. I mean, if you want to put Tuna in your meatballs, you could, but I probably wouldn't recommend it. We're going to hit the Tuna with the Seed Bomb, and that is the Tuna down. And that's a Poliwell, not a I thought it was going to call it like Poliwrath, but it's a Poliwell. Thank you for the battle, Kirby Derby. That was a pretty cool team you had there. Next battle we got is against Mr. Guzzlord, and this is a theme team as well. I think the team before that was a theme team, and I think this one's a theme team as well. So we got like a double theme team. Alright, so we got a Mighty Innerly. Good to see Mighty Innerly being used. We don't really see it too often. It's going to go for a Howl, boosting its attack. So my Bulbasaur just locks in that power right, and it misses. Like, why does it miss the first term every single time? Like, that Mighty has got the Toxorb, so it definitely would have gone down like in one shot. Alright, so Mighty is going to go for a Crunch here. This thing either has Moxie or Quick Feed, and Garlic is not going to be able to find out. It's going to be fainting. So instead of Moxie, it's got Quick Feed. What Quick Feed does, obviously, it boosts the speed of the Pokemon when it's like a status. So a good item to put on it is the Toxic Orb. So swapping a Meatball now. Meatball's got some pretty superior defenses, and we got Poison Fang from the Mighty, which is interesting. I'm like, I wonder what they're doing with Poison Fang. Maybe they're doing some sort of moves or something like that. I'm not really sure. Going for the Focus Mist there, and that's going to take Mighty out in one shot. Crunch wouldn't have done anything anyway. Golem's got very good defense. I don't think it would have even done half to it. Alright, so next Pokemon we got is the Zombie Moth. Now, I had a few problems with this Pokemon, to say the least. So I was locked into Focus Mist, so I had to swap out there, had the choice specs. And now I'm going to go into Herbs and see what set this is actually running. So it's going to go for Poison Fang as well. So that's the second time I've had Poison Fang used against me. So I'm thinking, what is this team even about? So I'm starting to read the nicknames. I'm thinking, I think I've got like an idea what this is on about now. So we're going to go back into Meatball here, and we've got the Zombie Moth going for the Leech Life. So you might be able to guess by now, it's a zombie Pokemon team. So with the Poison Fang, right, that was sort of like trying to like infect the opponent. So sort of like a cool little team there. So unfortunately, we got the Venomoth throwing up the substitute. Oh, and Fire Blast misses. That was so bad there. Because now I'm locked into Fire Blast, they can keep using Sub over and over again. Alright, so now we've got the Venomoth going for a Poison Fang again. They're trying to infect me with that Poison Fang, trying to poison my meat, trying to poison my balls. Anyway, so my boys got my ball boys get poisoned, and the leftovers is going to Black Sludge are going to recover on the Venomoth. I've seen like a lot of poison Pokemon have leftovers. Like it's like Black Sludge is like the poison leftovers. So swapping out my Golem there, I really can't do much. I'm locked into Fire Blast. It's probably going to miss 10 times in a row, even though I've only got 8 PP. So I've got to swap out. So we're going to go back into my Oddish here. I'm going to hit by the Leech Life. It doesn't really do too much damage, but this Venomoth does have Sustain, right? So I've got to break through the Subtube. And I was thinking, what should I do, right? Should I go for, you know, just an Infestation, a Sludge Bomb? I really can't do anything at all. So swapping out my Oddish again, just seeing what moves this thing actually has. Then I was thinking, if I swap in my Slugma, I might be able to get a Flame Body on one of those Leech Life or Poison Fang, right? And really hope for the best there. Alright, so I'm going to head by the Poison Fang or the Leech Life there, and I'm going to get Poison, of course. And my Flame Body kicks in, which is really good. So that's going to actually do some nice damage to the Venomoth. Basically get rid of its Black Sludge, or, you know, close enough. So I was thinking, what am I going to do here? Can I go for an Infestation? Like, what's my play here? And Venomoth's going to go for a Poison Fang. So as you guys can see, I was having real trouble with this Venomoth, just with the Substitute. So go for the Infestation there, which is not going to do too much damage to the Zombie Moth, and it's not very effective either. And the Black Sludge, god dang, this Leftovers and Black Sludge is going to be the enemy. So I'm going to get hit by the Poison. I do have Pain Spit on this set, but that's not going to really do like anything at all. I am completely walled at the moment. So at the moment, I was thinking, is this going to be like a Poison Fang Venomoth Leech Life sweep? Or am I going to have to come up with some clutch strategy? Now, I did have my Celebi, but I didn't really want to swap it in, if you know what I mean, right? I know that it's burned, but Celebi is 4 times weak to bug. I wasn't running a bulky set, and Poison Fang and Leech Life are both super effective. So at this point, I was like, I really have no choice. I've got to swap in my Celebi right here, because, you know, that's going to be ball game. All right, so swapping out the Source, leaving that for a little bit, leaving that for leftovers later, and we're going to bring in the Onion here. It really does look like an onion when you like look at its head, right? All right, so we got Venomoth going for the Poison Fang here, trying to infect me with that poison, and it does. Man, this thing like that move obviously has a high chance of poisoning too. Alright, so we've got to get rid of the zombie mob, people. The only thing I can do to this is Zen Headbutt. That's my best move here. I've also got Fly in EMZ. What I want to do, right, is get that Zen Headbutt off against it and then go for Fly in EMZ. So we've got the Venom off there going for the Leech Life on my Celebi. Thank goodness this thing is burned because that would have done a lot of damage otherwise. So that one is super effective. It's going to get some more health recovery. Really, I needed to clear the substitute and I needed to like one-shot it. That was my only, hope of actually getting back into this game. All right, so the zombie moth is not going to dodge that one and the sub is finally gone after that's like half the battle. All right, so taking a little bit more damage from the poison there. I was thinking, should I swap here? What should I do? Should I just go for the Z move? Decide to stay and go for the Z move. Venomoth's going to go for the poison jab. I mean, the poison move, the fang move, and I'm going to go for my Z move, which is Fly in EMZ. Now, I almost swapped there, which could have been bad because, my Celebi might have, it was bad for the Venomoth because I was able to get my Z move off, but it could have been bad later on if I swapped it back in. I would have just gone down to the Leech Life. So going for the Supersonic Sky Strike off Airways. This is max attack and anima nature, and that is going to be enough to take out the zombie moth finally. My goodness, that took like most of the battle to take that out. Plus, all of my team got infected by the poison fang jab thing. All right, so we're going to live on 1 health there. Merch is available, people. If you haven't checked out the merch, link is in the description of the video. And now we got the zombie Mawile coming. So I'm going to try and say that name. Zombie Wild, got him. Alright, so go for the C-Bomb. I get a low-key crit there. And this thing's going to have Poison Fang as well. So basically, I see what they do. They just want to infect with the poison and then do some other kind of zombifying moves. Alright, so all I've got left is Sauce, Herbs, and my bowls, and one other Pokemon. Oh, my Spaghetti, of course. So now we've got the Mawile going for the Poison Fang, and I'm going to go down to that, unfortunately. I was hoping for a Flame Body there. That was what I was hoping for, but to no avail. So all I've got left now is my 2 balls and my Spaghetti. All I've got left now is my 2 balls and my noodle. We're going to go for the Earth Power against this thing. It's going to hit me very, very hard there, but thankfully due to my superior defenses, I'm going to be able to get past them a while, and that is good. We got to get back into this game, people. So we got 3 Pokemon down. Like, real talk, Venomoth destroyed my team. We got 3 more Pokemon to come out, and we got Zombie Shark being the Sharpedo. Fancy that. Now, I know this thing's going to have Poison Fang right away there, and it's going to go for the Poison Fang. Golem's actually going to live that one because it's not very effective, and we're going to go for the Earth Power against the Sharpedo. That does some pretty thumping damage. I'm thinking this one's like, that was a crit. Was that like max health or something like that, or a Assault Vest? Anyway, so Zombie Shark's going to get that speed boost. Meatball's living on 3 health right now, and now Sharpedo's going to go for the Poison Fang on my Golem and take my balls out. All right, so I've got no balls left. All I've got left is my noodle. Things are not looking good, people. So my noodle has Ingrain, Bind, Giga Drain, and Leech Seed. So this was probably the longest part of the video coming up right here. Oh, sorry, I've still got my herbs left. The Colonel's 69 herbs and spices. All right, so we're gonna have a skull bashing set here. That's gonna give it a defense rise, and it's obviously gonna attack me the next turn. It's a normal type move. Go for the Giga Drain. This thing definitely has some sort of assault vest on it, and the next one's gonna take it out. But man, it's a bulky Sharpedo. I like that. I'm not sure if it's got any attack EVs or it's running max health and just max attack with an Assault Vest, something like that. So I'm going to hit by the Skull Bash there. I've got an Everlight, so I'm able to tank things off pretty nicely, and I'm running max defense as well. So Oddish is going to finally take out the Zombie Shark, and I mean, it has the zombie team, right? I was like, where is the Parasect, people? And of course, Parasect is on this team. Parasect is literally, if you guys don't know, the body of Parasect is literally a zombie, right? And the mushroom, controls it, which is kind of creepy if you think about it, right? So we're going to go for a Sludge Bomb there. We got a Z move here from the Parasect. It's going to go for a Savage Spin Out on my Oddish. I really like Parasect. I almost had a couple of Parasect sweeps. I was using, this Quick Claw, Leech Life, Fell Stinger set. I was so close to it. So many times I got close to actually getting that sweep, but to no prevail. All right, so my Oddish is going to get, my herbs are going to get wrapped up and going to get put back in the fridge, and Parasect is going to hit me with a Z move, and my herbs are down. We got one more Pokemon left, which is my Noodle. Now, my Noodle Doodle is going to have to get me back into this battle, or we are going to get wrecked by... I mean, I was low-key thinking, does this have a Bug-type move? What's this set going to be? The only move I can really do against this is the Bind, right? And yeah, that's it. I've got Ingrain, Giga Drain, Leech Seed, and Bind. That's all I can do. This is going to be a special Parasect set. And, man, watch out you say special Parasect set. All right, just watch how you say that in public. All right, so go for another little bind there. I can go for Giga Drain this turn, and the Giga Drain and bind are going to take it out, right? So hoping... Actually, sorry, I went for instead of the Giga Drain, I went for the Ingrain because I'm actually planning for the last Pokemon. So Sludge Bomb's going to hit me again. They're trying to poison me with the Sludge Bomb, but that is not going to work. Now, the last Pokemon, right, I was actually really worried about because it was a poison-type Pokemon too. So I was thinking, if I get my Ingrain up, and I might be able to get my Leech Seed up against it. This should have some, like, amazing recovery, right? Because it's got leftovers as well. So, essentially, this set has got the, like, 4, like, boosts of recovery. All right, so Parasector's finally going to go down to a crit that definitely mattered. And here we go, people. This was the marathon part of the battle. I sped this bit up 4 times because if I look, like, looking at the battle right now, right, this went for about... I reckon this part went for about 8 or 9 minutes, right? The next part went for exactly the same time, but it was a 1v1 on Twitter, right? All right, so we got the Zombie Queen coming out here. It's going to go for the Poison Fang, where it's going to try and poison me, right? So what I got to do, right, I got to get out the Leech Seed. So we got Ingrain, Leech Seed, Leftovers, and Giga Drain all working at once. We're going to bind that zombie, and we're going to get some damage off it against it as well. So with Bind Up, with Leech Seed, it's actually doing a fair bit of damage to it, and me firing off a couple of Giga Drains. So the idea of this set was to poison me, right, and then use... poison gas. No, poison gas. Not poison gas. The other poison move. Venom Drench. So Venom Drench actually drops my attack and special attack. So I'm not going to do a lot of damage. And it's basically trying to stall me out here, right? Now, the problem about this Nidoqueen, right, it actually had rest. So I was thinking... oh, this is not good because every time it uses Venom Drench, my Giga Drain goes less in damage. And if I don't take it out, I eventually am going to go down to the poison damage inflicted to me from the Poison Fang. As you guys can see, eventually the Poison Fang damage actually started to get exponentially, like more and more and more like that. And this Nidoqueen, right, Nidoqueen, not Nidoking, could eventually just keep like stalling me out. Now the problem here, I almost actually took this Nidoqueen set out, but the bind actually stopped. And that, right, no, see right there, that bind stop, that actually lost me the game at one point. Like, it lost me the game, had to use bind again and start the whole process over. So, bind again, Nidoqueen's going to wake up and go for rest. That was the point where I could have won, but bind ran out. That was so unfortunate. I wish I had binding ban. Anyway, so we got the Leech Seed and Leftovers still going. We got the Giga Drain still going. That was, like, my only chance. So, it looked like I could almost take this thing out if I could starve off, like, the poison damage. So, the poison jab, as you guys can see, is starting to... Look at that damage Poison Fang was doing to me, or just like the recoil damage from. Alright, so we got the another Giga Drain on the Nidoqueen and Leech Seed, and that was finally enough to take it out. Holy crap, that took ages to take that. Literally, that was like 5 to 10 minute battle in just a little bit. Alright, people, enjoy the bloopers.